Hey guys, D Smooth here. So there's a lot of talk about Doctor Who recently. The 60th anniversary came and passed. It was terrible. The new Doctor showed up in a Christmas special and was cringe. And people saying that the Doctor's lost his masculinity. He'll never be the same anymore since he turned into a girl, then turned into a sodomite. And in this video, I just want to talk to y'all and say, the Doctor was never really masculine to begin with. At least not in New Who, anyway. Let's start. I grew up with Doctor Who as a teenager. My favorite was 11. I went back, watched 9, 10. I saw some of the classic episodes and stuff. And as much as I like the show, as much as I like the character, let's just be honest, he really ain't him. As much as he'll make you think that he is, he's not. First of all, he has help all the time. Yeah, he almost always has help. Every single time. And second, I mean, he's always bluffing. This is the Cap Lord. He's not a Time Lord, he's the Cap Lord. Throughout the series, he's always doing these major bluffs, going on these great speeches, and then runs away and gets beat up by regular humans 24/7. Like, bro, real life humans can beat this guy. I know because we see it all the time. Like a general was able to just beat the crap and intimidate 11. And even 10 get beat up by women and just normal people on a regular basis. Like, the Doctor's whole thing is that he can outsmart you from a distance. Alone, I can respect that. But when you start giving these big speeches and stuff, how you save the world, how you're basically a god, okay, now I want to see what those hands can do. You can't be giving speeches like that. And you can't be giving speeches like that and not have hands. In New Who, he barely ever fights. And whenever he does, it's not impressive. It's really not impressive. I know about classic. Okay, let's talk about the classic series. In the classic series, the Doctor was simply an adventurer. He was never built up as this godlike hero or anything. He was just a regular adventurer. Went on adventures, did some stuff. He got in a few hand-to-hand fights and some swordplay, but it was never anything special because they knew that the Doctor was just an adventurer. That's all he was. In New Who, they built him up to be God. And this nigga ain't got no signs of godliness, bro. When you talk that big, I want to see them hands. He ain't got no hands. Oh, well, he about the gadgets, right? Barely. Dude's got he barely even keeps the gas on him. He's got sonic screwdriver, psychic paper, and TARDIS, that's what the TARDIS itself does 90% of the work. He's really not tough. This guy, all he does is bluff. And a few years ago, there was an article that said that because the Doctor turned into a woman and showed that kids in England have no masculine hero to look up to, so they turn to crime. It's like, who the hell ever looked up to the Doctor as a masculine hero? All he does is cap throughout the entire series. When I look back at heroes that inspired me as a kid, Batman, Spider-Man, Goku, Superman, the Transformers, those were cool characters. Yeah, James Bond, the Doctor was not on that list. But why? Because everybody knows that the Doctor just caps. The Doctor himself calls himself just a madman in the box. Everybody knows that the Doctor is just capping throughout the entire family. There's a scene where 11, he sneaks into the White House with the TARDIS. He gets caught, and he puts on this show. Say, oh, you think you can just shoot me? I just showed up here in a magic box. Think you just shoot me? The second his friends got caught, he just said, okay, I give up, but don't shoot us. Wait, what? It just proves the Doctor really ain't that tough when it comes down to it. The dude, his hands are not legendary at all. I know that the third Doctor knew karate, then there was the War Doctor, but specifically, what did the War Doctor do that I'm supposed to be impressed by? Specifically, get down to the details of specific things the War Doctor did that would make him impressive, that would make him dangerous to a regular human. We never got to see it. Because, you tell me all the things that he does, but when it comes just downright fighting, we barely ever see those hands. He never Because all he does is act. You can give all the speeches you want. It don't mean nothing when somebody punches you in the face. Because I remember 11 gave this big speech at the end of time and the Pandora's box about how he's defeated all you before. Remember, every black day I ever stopped you. I got no weapons on me. I got nothing on me, and I can still beat you. About 20 minutes later, all those villains just carrying around that throwing the box plate. What happened to Mr. Tough Time Lord? What happened to the Big Tough Time Lord? Aren't you him? Aren't you? Start fighting back or something. So go. I did not look up to the Doctor. I thought the Doctor was a cool character. I liked him. I thought he was very entertaining. That nigga is not him. He is not him. He not. He's always has help all the time. He's got plot armor galore. A dude barely ever scraps. Can't really scrap. Yeah, and he's always bluffing, giving these major bluffs. And I'll say this: intimidation is not real power. Intimidation is not real power. Power is power. It doesn't matter how scary you try to be. When it comes down to it, if you ain't got the hands, you just ain't got the hands. It's like a scarecrow. He looks big and scary, but can't really scrap. I mean, we've seen him fight a few, and really nothing super impressive. Batman would wash him in an instant. If the Doctor was locked in a room with Mike Tyson, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He'll get beat up. The Doctor was really never him. He's the Cap Lord. He just bluffs all the time. And I'm not saying to be a hero you have to be 100% like super physical all the time, because you have characters like Iron Man who rely on gadgets, but he keeps those gadgets on him at all times. And the Doctor, he don't even do that. He's exposed half the time. He barely even got any protective weapons on him. It's just, that's why in the 60th anniversary they did this retcon where the sonic screwdriver can create force field. That actually makes sense for it to do, because when you have no weapons on you, you just a sitting duck. Everybody knows this dude is Cap. Regular, normal people can beat his ass. He really ain't him. Nobody ever looked up to the Doctor. People like the Doctor. Nobody ever looked up to him. That dude gets his ass kicked and runs away all the time. Barely ever scraps. He just outsmarts you from a distance. And because he talks such a big talk. You can't be talking that big and then just doing this. It's pathetic. It's nonsense. It's like one of those abusive black parents who always try to act all big for no reason. But they never act that way to somebody their own size. Whenever the Doctor's faced with a powerful opponent, when the Doctor was faced with that general who was smashing him up against the wall, he had no speech to say then. The Doctor is really never a masculine character. Let's stop the cap. Bro. This dude was never really him. He's a smart guy who'll outsmart you from a distance. That's it. That's all he is. He has some adequate fighting ability, but that's about it. He really not him. Stop the cap. This dude was never him. But see you guys later.